Good Saturday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm the host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's go ahead and talk about your weather for your Saturday. As you can see, looking down near us right now, it looks pretty clear of precipitation right now. Seems like nothing is really falling right now, but as we get to looking at the entire East Coast, you can see that we do have some showers and even some downpours, even a storm. And you see right here in West Virginia, over here for Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia. So we have all of those things, and then we also have some rain up here inside near the Great Lakes region, and then we do have some rain over here near seems to be Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, all these places right here. And then we do have some thunderstorms as well down all the way just south of Killeen, Texas. That's producing some gusty winds as well. And once we go kind of like to like the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, the northern Great Lakes, you can see that we do have some snow up here near the UP and up into Canada. And then we do have some snow over here on the Rockies near like Denver, Pueblo, Amarillo, Texas, and places like that. And then we do have some snow over here in Wyoming and Utah, as well as we have some rain down here in the desert southwest. Now here, we're about to look at our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is looking to be pretty cloudy in concerns of near the upstate and the Midlands. The coast is pretty clear, but if you look at it, see a couple of clouds near the coast, but it's really only the upstate near, or really only the Midlands from like Columbia, Florence, Augusta that could be receiving these cloud cover. Even up in the Greenville, Spartanburg, some partly cloudy, some mostly cloudy skies, I should say, and the coast seeing some sunny condition with some minor clouds in the sky, not a lot. Here's our current temperature: 62 in Columbia, 64 in Florence, 63 in Myrtle Beach, 64 in Charleston, 63 in Augusta, 66 in Savannah. Then we would go down to our south: 68 in Jacksonville, 68, I'm pretty sure that is, in Gainesville. And then that is 67 in Tallahassee, 65 in Mobile, 68 in New Orleans, 66 in Baton Rouge. And then we go to our north: 59 in Memphis, 57 in Chattanooga, 60 in Charlotte, 63 in Fayetteville, 61 in Raleigh. Here's our day one maximum temperatures. As you can see, we have those maximum temperatures around 68, around the upstate, 73, around the Midlands toward like Columbia, Sumter, Florence, you can see around 75. Myrtle Beach around 65, Charleston 68, and then towards Augusta 74. Now we also do have our max wind gust. Max wind gust today could gust to around 20 miles an hour near the Midlands, around 15 to 20 at the coast, and in the upstate could hit around 30 miles an hour. So it's kind of like 20s at the coast, 20s in the Midlands, with a couple of spots with 25, and then 25 up in the upstate with isolated spots up to 30. So that's what our wind gust is looking at right now. But if we move on and we go to our precipitation for the next 24 hours from this morning 7 a.m. to tomorrow 7 a.m., we will have around 2/10 of an inch of rainfall in the Greenville, Spartanburg region, and in the Blue Ridge Mountains we could see around a half an inch to maybe even 3/4 of an inch up there in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So that is something that y'all are gonna have to watch for up there in the upstate. We could see a couple of traces of rain start to gradually get more into the east northern parts of South Carolina, just south of Charlotte. But other than that, I do not see this being a long-term threat with the rain so far for the next 24 hours. Here we have the HRRR. Let's go on ahead and go switch to the NAM. And we start off at around 10 a.m. And we push this forward, and you see that rain really starts to try and get in at around 4 p.m. 3 to 4 p.m. You push that forward, and we get a recurring rain cycle, and that's what's bringing all that rain. And then we didn't have a low pressure system that's gonna move east, and as you can see, that a huge blob of rain is going to move in around like 8 p.m. February the 11th. We push this forward, and then we have, I mean, look at this rain right here. I mean, this is insane amounts of rainfall. And actually, we do have some snow over here inside of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri as well. I mean, look at this, but look at the rain that we have. And then there goes that line that's passing us. You see right here? We're not close enough yet to see what this line is going to do exactly yet, but this is the line right here that we're going to watch for the severe weather. So there's the boundary, there's the cold front, and then here are the storms before that we're gonna have to watch for supercells, and the flash flooding, which has already happened. The flash flooding already happened, so now we just gotta worry about severe weather after Monday. Here's our day one severe weather outlook. We do have a slight risk of severe weather for San Antonio, Austin, Round Rock, San Angelo, and Cedar Park, Texas. So if you're in any of those areas, or if you know anybody in any of those areas, please let them know that there's a chance for severe weather. That does only come with a 2% chance of tornadoes, a 5% chance of damaging winds, and actually a 15% hatched risk of hail. So what does this mean with the hatch risk? Well, there's a 15% chance of hail happening, and then inside this little black hatch region right here, there's a 10% chance that hail could be significant, of up to 2 inches in diameter. So that's close to maybe even tennis ball, baseball sized hail. So that is something that you obviously don't want to play with, because that could damage your roof severely, your car severely. So again, if you know anybody inside this area, please tell them that they might want to move their cars inside or indoors, like a garage or something like that, or cover them up before that storm gets to them. And we also do have a marginal risk for Houston, Jackson, Mississippi, Waco, Texas, and Abilene, Texas as well. But we're gonna move this forward, because remember, the Low Country and portions of the Midlands were under a slight risk for Monday, so we're going to check that out. But here is tomorrow's outlook. There, we do have a 5% chance of seeing a tornado in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Mobile, Jackson, and Metairie in Louisiana and Alabama. And then for that marginal risk, we do have a 2% chance of tornadoes for Houston, Birmingham, Montgomery, Shreveport, and Columbus, Georgia. So that is that. And then we do have a 15% chance of wind for the slight risk. We do have a 5% chance of wind for the marginal risk. And then we do have a 15% chance of seeing hail for Lafayette, Louisiana, Beaumont, Texas, the Woodlands, Texas, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and Port Arthur, Texas. And we do have a 5% chance for Houston, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, and Jackson, Mississippi. So all of these are going into effect tomorrow. This is going to be a huge day tomorrow. I don't know if any of these will increase. We'll see what they say, but I have not seen tomorrow's outlook. You see that we are under the general TST for tomorrow, so we could potentially see some thunderstorms tomorrow. Probably late night, I'd say. But I'm not seeing Monday's outlook yet, so let's go ahead and look at it. It shrunk. It definitely did shrink. Less than I thought, actually. So we do have a marginal risk for severe weather, as the things glitch. Hold on. A marginal risk for severe weather for Birmingham, Mobile, Chattanooga, Gainesville, Columbia, and Charleston, South Carolina. So those are pretty much our things for severe weather today. Those are our risk. We do have a slight risk for Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Montgomery, Columbus, and Tallahassee. So those are slight risks. And if I'm looking at it right now, associated with isolated wind damage and a tornado threat will likely be across, and actually you gotta watch the wording, will be likely across parts of the southeast on Monday. So yes, there will probably be a couple of tornado warnings with this. Will it be inside of South Carolina? I don't know. Will it be inside of Georgia? We don't know yet. we're gonna have to wait and see, because right now we're only under a marginal risk. Well, part of us are under a slight risk. That includes places like Buford, um, Allendale, Hardyville, places like that. Even Augusta could be a part of that. North Augusta as well is in the slight risk of severe weather. So that the slight risk comes with a 50%. The 5% risk does come for the marginal. And luckily for places like Myrtle Beach and Florence, I think y'all are just out of the marginal risk. So y'all are just only going to get a couple of thunderstorms, but it's not going to be severe like everyone else's. And of course, there's a chance that everyone might not see, severe thunderstorms, but it's really just the chances of how much you will get them. Because we've seen how much a 2% chance of tornadoes can do. So, and here's our day one excessive rainfall outlook. We do have a slight risk that spans all the way from Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. And then we have a marginal risk that goes kind of from like Dallas down to Houston and San Antonio. It goes all the way up to the Appalachian Mountains up in western Virginia. We do have a day two excessive rainfall outlook as well that covers most of South Carolina, except for the low country and the PD regions. It does include Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia and the Appalachian Mountains. And the day three, we do have another marginal risk of excessive rainfall that includes most of South Carolina except for Beaufort and goes through pretty much North Carolina, almost the entire state of North Carolina and Southern Virginia. So that is that. So a huge day, a huge batch of weather ahead. Watch for flash flooding. Watch for severe weather. Because this could definitely do something that you might not expect. So definitely something that we're gonna have to watch for. We can also check out the 72-hour precipitation totals as well. Let's go ahead and get a bit further down. This is 72 hours. 3 inches of rain is possible pretty much for Columbia all the way up into Greenville, Spartanburg, places like that. 3 inches of rain is possible. But then you see this sharp gradient cutoff. And once you get down towards like Somerville, Charleston, Beaufort, you only get around an inch. So that is very interesting to see. And if you look at the next 48 hours, is it there for the next? Oh yeah, that's right. The 48 hours messed up. But if you go to like the 120 hours, this is like next few days. It only seems to go out to around 72 hours to where this thing used to end off at. And if you go to the day 1, 2, 3 winter outlook, nothing is really expected there. But huge amounts of rain on the way. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me for your Saturday morning, and I'll see y'all tonight with another update on this flash flooding and severe weather potential. Thank y'all so much for watching.